Nestled in the rolling hills of Vermont, Greenfield Farm was a picturesque slice of rural paradise. The farm had been in the Foster family for generations, and for the last 5 years, it had been lovingly tended by Emma Foster. Emma was a dedicated farmer, pouring her heart and soul into the land that had shaped her family's legacy. Her life was simple but fulfilling, surrounded by fields of golden wheat, blooming orchards, and a menagerie of animals. One crisp autumn morning, as Emma was tending to her beloved apple orchard, a stranger appeared at the edge of the property. Tall, with rugged features and a backpack slung over his shoulder, he looked out of place in the serene countryside. "Can I help you?" Emma called out, her curiosity piqued. The stranger approached, his gaze warm and friendly. "I'm looking for work," he said, his voice tinged with a southern accent. "Name's Jack Reynolds. I heard you might need an extra hand for the harvest." Emma hesitated. She wasn't used to strangers on her farm, but something about Jack seemed genuine. Besides, she could use the help. "All right, Jack. Let's see what you can do." Jack quickly proved to be a hard worker, and his easygoing nature made him a hit with the animals and Emma alike. As days turned into weeks, they developed a rhythm, working side by side from dawn till dusk. Jack's presence brought a new energy to the farm, and Emma found herself looking forward to their conversations over lunch breaks and quiet moments in the barn. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the fields, Emma and Jack sat on the porch, sipping hot cider. The silence was comfortable, filled with the sounds of crickets and the gentle rustling of leaves. "Why Vermont?" Emma asked, breaking the silence. "What brought you all the way here?" Jack took a deep breath, his eyes reflecting a mix of emotions. "I needed a change," he admitted. "I was a photojournalist, always on the move, never staying in one place for long. After covering one too many conflicts, I realized I wanted something different, something real and grounded. I guess I was looking for a place to call home." Emma nodded, understanding more than she let on. Greenfield has a way of doing that. It gives you roots, connects you to the land and to yourself. Their connection deepened as the days grew shorter and the air turned crisp. Emma found herself opening up to Jack in ways she hadn't with anyone else. She shared stories of her childhood, her dreams for the farm, and the struggles of keeping it afloat. Jack listened, offering support and encouragement, his admiration for her growing with each passing day. But as the harvest season came to an end, Jack's restlessness resurfaced. He loved the farm, and he cared deeply for Emma, but a part of him missed the excitement of his old life. Torn between staying and leaving, Jack knew he had to make a decision. One morning, as they worked together in the barn, Jack broached the subject. "Emma, there's something I need to tell you," he began, his voice hesitant. "I've been offered a job, a photo assignment in Africa. It's a big opportunity, and I don't know if I'll get another chance like this." Emma's heart sank, but she masked her disappointment with a forced smile. "That's great, Jack. You should go." Jack searched her eyes, sensing the conflict within her. "I don't want to leave you, Emma. But I also can't ignore this part of me that needs to see the world." Emma took a deep breath, trying to stay strong. "I understand, Jack. You've got to follow your heart. Just know that Greenfield will always be here, and so will I." Their goodbye was bittersweet. Jack promised to return, and Emma assured him he would always have a place at the farm. As he drove away, Emma watched him disappear down the winding road, a mix of sadness and hope filling her heart. Months passed, and Emma threw herself into her work, finding solace in the familiarity of the farm. She missed Jack terribly, but she knew he was out there, capturing the world's beauty and telling its stories. They kept in touch through letters and occasional phone calls, their bond growing stronger despite the distance. One snowy evening, as Emma prepared for the Winter Solstice Festival, she received a letter from Jack. It was filled with stories of his adventures, the people he had met, and the incredible sights he had seen. But what stood out was the final paragraph. "Emma, being away has made me realize how much you and the farm mean to me. I've seen the world, and it's beautiful, but none of it compares to what I found at Greenfield. I'm coming home if you'll have me." Emma's heart raced as she read and reread those words. She knew what she wanted, and it was right there in front of her, waiting to come back. A week later, on Christmas Eve, Jack returned to Greenfield. Emma ran to meet him, her eyes shining with tears of joy. They embraced, and for a moment, the world seemed to stop. "I'm home," Jack whispered, his voice filled with emotion. "Welcome back," Emma replied, her heart bursting with happiness. As they stood together in the snowy field, surrounded by the beauty of the farm, they knew they had found something special. Their journey had been filled with twists and turns, but it had led them back to each other, stronger and more in love than ever. And so, amidst the rolling hills of Vermont, under the twinkling stars and the glow of the winter moon, Emma and Jack began a new chapter of their lives. Together, they would tend to the farm, nurture their love, and create a future filled with hope, adventure, and the promise of a lifetime of happiness. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming story.